insurance fraud, yeah. This is the first one.
Hi, Mr. Brian Miller. My name's Andy Clark, and I'm calling from State Farm Insurance. And the reason I'm calling because I would like to verify some information regarding a property that you rented from, located on 2192 Corson Street in Pasadena. We have a claim in regard to vandalism at the property from the owner, Mr. Hassan Kamari, filing for some damages to the home. And I just wanted to speak to you just to verify the condition of the home and when you had left the property. I know that there was some eviction notice that he said that was served, so I just would like to verify the facts with you. Please give me a call when you get a chance. My direct line is area code 805-379-5023. Once again, that's 805-379-5023. And my name's Andy, calling from State Farm Insurance. Thank you.
All right. We need to find a place to...
Hi, Mr. Miller. It's Andy calling from State Farm Insurance, returning your call. If you have any documents that you'd like to send us, you can always fax it to us. I spoke to my manager. We would prefer it to be faxed to 888-663-7558. And please include the claim number 75-M as in Mary 606-030. Once again, the fax number is 888-663-7558. And on the cover sheet, you can put the claim number 75M 606030. And as far as the email, because you're not a customer, we can't set up a secured email link to communicate with you at this time. So we would prefer to fax if you'd like to fax the documents over. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
We moved out of the house from the sewage damage. We moved out of the house from the damage on June, like June 17th, 18th, something like that, and what have you. Sammy got the inspectors in, I guess you'd call them claims adjusters. Sammy got the inspectors in on false pretenses from the police. They didn't tell us about it, and they told the police that I had actually murdered my girlfriend and put her in the house. Did you know that?
No.
Well, that's what happened. I got the police report. Okay? I have the police report for that. They went up and down the neighborhood with 8x10 pictures, and they showed them to the neighbors, and then they ran up to my girlfriend's business and did the same thing up there after they found out. Muhammad, you know Muhammad Kamara? Yes, he was over there. He was at the day before, on the 21st. Muhammad saw both of us. I have him on videotape with a timestamp on it.
Okay. And so when you left in June, did you officially return to the house then?
No. When I left in June, we couldn't sleep there anymore. This was during a remediation. Now here's something that you need to know. Okay. You guys went through the house. Did you personally go into the house?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I need your email. I need to send you some pictures. And first off, that wasn't vandalism. That was in the middle of a remediation. The sewage, here's what happened in a brief, very brief thing. Your clients had been renting that house. Your clients had owned that house for a number of years. Not just the 2 years that it shows up on public records, but way beyond that. Okay? I found it. All right? And they just transferred the name a little bit. Changed it around. Did a few things like that. Anyway, they've owned that property for a while. Inside the house, underneath the bathtub, was a septic tank that they made. Okay? They dug it out, hollowed it out, and they had the drain that comes from the bathtub and the drain that comes from the sink and something else. The toilet seemed to be hooked up, and I don't think it couldn't have been hooked up all the way because of that. But anyway, this was flowing into a giant hole It had sand in it, different from the dirt, and it was, like I said, hollowed out. All the drainage from the bathroom, and it would slowly drain into this big giant hole and wick out all the way out across the yard through the power lines. That's where the power line was laid. It's a French drain. Now, I didn't know that, and until we had the flood. We had a flood in, I've got all the dates, but we had a flood in, it's a big one in April, and Hassan and Mohammed and Insscammi, and it's another one, Hussein. They all knew it. Babaki, yeah, they all knew it, and they did nothing. And I fixed it myself, cleaned it up and everything. But this one was bad. This flood happened in June, and it was really bad. It pumped sewage through the walls. I've got video of it too, real nice. Sewage through the walls and across the floor, and then it went right straight out to the back through the what do you call it? The slats, the panels, the sidings, the siding of the house. You know, the wood siding. Yeah, and so underneath the bathtub, all that where it was normally sealed was nothing but black water sewage, and that came out and leaked out, and it was just everywhere. We came home to it, and I left the washing machine on, and I think I drained the bathtub. I take a bath every morning, and the washing machine was on, and we just left for a little bit. I've done that before, and no problems. Came back, and the whole house is full of sewage. Your guys did nothing. Nothing. Zero. They refused. I sent them letters. I sent them pictures. I've got full documentation on everything that was done to get them out to help. They didn't do anything.
Did you have insurance?
Sorry?
Did you have renter's insurance?
Now, renter's insurance is a moot issue. You know why? There's no certificate of occupancy on that house. Never has been. No certificate of occupancy on there.
How did you pay them for rent?
I paid them every month.
In cash and check?
Checks.
So do you have documentation?
Absolutely. I have everything.
So when you moved in,
When I moved in, I took a month. I'm a professional. What I do is I do high-end specialty projects. For instance, if someone, and I work in high-end places, I work in pretty much nothing but, multi-million-dollar houses, multi-quadrillion-dollar houses, and places like that. I do things like I'll grind the floor down to make the concrete look like terrazzo, and that's what I did there. I leveled the floor, ground it down, smoothed it, polished it, and made it just nice. I sealed up. I've got allergies, so we went and I cleaned everything in there, every surface, cleaned it, sanitized it, sealed it, you name it. And then I ran ozone generators up in the attic, and had oxygen machines to bump that up, and fogged it. I was very diligent as far as putting this together. Like I said, it took me about a month, a little over a month. It was 16, 18-hour days.
who knocked the drywall out in the bathroom?
Sorry?
Who knocked the drywall out in the bathroom?
The sewage knocked the drywall out in the bathroom.
The sewage did.
Yeah, what happened was there was a mild earthquake. It was a pretty good earthquake, actually. Just before there, it was in the end of May. The end of May, you can look it up. But there was like a little earthquake. And I noticed that the toilet and a couple other places were leaking some water. And it would come and it would go a little bit, and I noticed, I'm like, oh, what the hell is that? Couldn't really put my finger on it. And but when the sewage came, when the big spill came, there was several of them, and there was like 4 or 5 different floods that happened there because the toilet backed up, and I had to hire a guy to fix all that and the whole 9 yards. But when that came out, every pipe in the house, every pipe in there, was leaking inside the walls, and I sealed the walls up really good, and I used really good stuff to do it, and professional grade materials, and And I went up and I sealed everything. So the walls, when this water started coming out underneath the tub, it was a septic tank. They made it on purpose. And they knew about it. The plumbers came. I've got plumbers reports. They where they said that the septic or the pipe was actually skewed.
Why did you call the property manager instead of taking matters to your own hands and calling your own plumbing guy?
What makes you think I didn't call the property manager? Why would you say that?
I'm just asking you a question. I didn't assume anything.
Okay, well, I did call the property manager, who said promised me to come out. That's Sammy Masri. I've got the phone records for that, and I've also got the stacks of emails and the stacks of text messages. What Masri told me was this went in there is why don't you just die? He said everybody leaves when you have sewage coming out. I know, I rent in many places, and when sewage comes, people leave. Well, here's the problem. Here's what you went and saw the wreckage, but here's what maybe you need to know. That place was rented for a commercial enterprise that was going to take place 3 times that year and a couple times in the next year. And that was going to be for an art shows. Going to open the whole property up and let the public come into the house, the backyard and everything, to the gardens and see the art shows. We had things built for concerts and what have you. I had it cleared with the city. We spent a fortune.
Did you put up a chain link fence to block the driveway?
Yes, I did. I put that up, and then I requested. Now I put that up. That was a while back, but I put that up, and I requested from the sheriff to put that chain link fence back up because someone had knocked it down, and I've been out of the property for about a month now, but the fence got knocked down, and what happened was I called the sheriff and I told him to put it up. The reason is because the entire backyard is totally occluded and with penicillin, it's Aspergillus niger. That's a fungus, and that is created that creates aflatoxins. It's deadly. It's really dangerous back there. I had the fire department back. Everyone who's gone back there for any time has gotten ill effect from it. It's gone into their chest, everything, etc., etc. But now it is 100 times worse. 100 times worse than it ever was. And the reason it's 100 times worse is because the city health department, who works very closely with Sammy, and they're very close, they shut the water off. That's how they brought me some help. And this was in July 23rd. Same day you were there. They came and shut the water off. I couldn't finish. I was remediating the soil, remediating the other stuff. Now, when you go back and look, you'll notice that everything in the property has got this fungus on it. It's black and it's voracious. It's a human opportunistic pathogen. It's the most cancer-forming thing known to man in the whole world. And it's everywhere, but except
when you left the property, did you remove all the blinds?
The blinds.
Yeah, the vertical blinds in the living room.
The vertical blinds in the living room were in the back. Yeah, that was for the draperies. Now,
we got to look at this file first, and based on what we have and what information you provided so far, and see where you want to take this file. Do we want to look into it, or do we just kind of move on with this claim?
well, okay, well, here's the thing. I will tell you this, in no uncertain terms. This claim is based on fraud. Your clients produced these damages at that property. Your clients turned their back and did nothing when they could have done something and stopped the damage right where it was. They didn't. They turned their back. And they allowed this to go on and on and on and on, negligently. Okay? I have over 50 letters. This went on for a period of months. In June, we moved, when it came to July, by the time it was July 23rd, we were only able to go into that property 1, maybe 2 hours at a time before we would get sick and then have to go away for a few days. Okay? Hazmat was there 4 times. So other people were there, and that was from the off-gassing of the sewage and other things. It's a very, very, very toxic place, and it's very, very dangerous, and these guys know it, and they kept it that way. But for all the other details and all the other intimate facts, I'm more than happy to give you my stuff. I have detailed files. I have over 50.
I appreciate that, because in order for me to send your information, I have to put together like a legal letter that has to pass by my manager. I just can't send, information out on behalf of the file and get involved with you unless I discuss the file. So I don't know where the direction is. So I wish I could give you the answer, but I have to take the facts and talk to my manager about it.
Okay, well, at any rate, that was, you were looking at a remediation that was done halfway. The city came in, the health department pulled the power, pulled the water on the 23rd, right after you guys were there. They pulled the services there, so I couldn't wash anything or decontaminate anything. Then the city said that the grounds were contaminated with hazardous materials. They gave me an order ordering me not to touch anything, and that order stood for, I think it was 90 days, 92 days. I couldn't go in there and touch anything of that. Nothing. Not a damn thing. Couldn't do anything. Per law. They wouldn't disclose to me what the hazardous material was. They knew sewage had gotten everywhere, but they denied sewage. So I have that documentation as well, and you'll find that.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate your time. I will get in touch with you should we need any additional information. And if you feel that the window is closed, there's nothing I can do about it.
If you feel like the what?
Well, if you feel that the window is closed, or you feel like I don't have the window to get any information from you, then...
No, I was just going to take off, man. It's a figure of speech. I am just... Listen, I've been, for the last 4 months, I've been struggling with aflatosis. Have you heard of that? And mycosis? Do you know what that is?
I've heard about it, but I don't know exactly.
Okay, well, that's after you get exposed to certain types of deadly fungus, okay? One of them is called an aflatoxin. That's a nerve agent. They make weapons of mass destruction out of aflatoxins. Aflatoxins are made by Aspergillus fungus. Aspergillus niger is in the backyard. And what that does is it has 3 different types of poisons in it. And one of them is an exotoxin, and that's the stuff that melts everything. Right now, when an avocado drops and hits that back cement slab, no animal will touch it. It'll sit there for about 2 days. It'll become engrossed with the fungus. This is the aflatoxin producing fungus. This is a nerve agent. And within 4.5, 5 days, no more longer than 5 days, that avocado is completely decimated. There's nothing left with it. There's no pit. It's just a picture. It looks like a negative on the ground. Tiny little bits of black dust. That's it. Nothing left. I've never seen anything like that in my entire life. And I've been around plants and trees for my whole life. That's what you got going on there. Every bit of wood over there is getting eaten away. Everything is getting eaten away by this fungus. There's also live E. coli, live staphylococcus, and live MRSA. That's treatment-resistant staph disease that's going across the country. Comes out of sewage and it spreads fast. It's in the entire backyard. I've got lab reports if you want to see it. Be happy to show you. But that's what you're dealing with. And if you look at the remediation procedures, what I did is I did a revolutionary thing. No one has this technology. But I took the wood from the house that was black, jet black behind those walls and fuzzy and rotted. And what I did is I did a special treatment on it, and then I actually injected it with a proprietary blend of non-toxic minerals. The mold and the fungus will never again touch that wood, and the wood looks brand new. So I'd like to show you the before and after shots of that as well. You might be interested.
let me let you go, and I will keep in touch with you. Okay?
All right, and who you with?
State Farm Insurance.
State Farm Insurance. Okay.
All right. Thank you for your time, sir.
All right, thank you, and please send me the just send me some. It can be informal,
Okay.
whatever.
Well, let me discuss the file with the management, and then I'll give you a call if need be.
Okay, doesn't sound like you're going to ever talk to me again.
I don't know. That's up to my manager. I have to run him with all the stuff that you told me today. That's a lot of
Did they
information.
tell you that they're going to tear the property down and build 6 new units?
You know, I have no idea. I mean, we're not insuring their future. We're insuring
The right
the
now.
front and the back house. So that's what we know, and so we have to deal
Sure.
with what's in front of us.
Sure.
And we're kind of trying to figure out what is consistent with what you're telling us and
Well,
what's
I
not.
can.
So we got to get both sides of the story. We got to talk to Sammy and give him a chance to kind of explain some of the information that we got from you today. So I
Well,
don't
you
want to
should.
come
It
to
would
judgment.
probably be a lot. It would be a lot easier for Sammy to explain some of the information if you guys had some documentation, wouldn't
Oh,
it?
sure. I mean, I like to get his side of the story, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, you get his side of the story, but do call me back and listen. I've been out of that house for what's today's a little over almost a month now, almost an entire month. Okay, I have concerns with it because the health department, they know they've all been half the city has been given these reports and what have you, but the stuff in the backyard is flying in the air and it's going across the city. And one of the things that's in there are today's the December 8th, and it's almost 4 o'clock. I'm calling Andy Clark. He is the insurance adjuster that was over there. At Corson on 723.
Thank you for calling State Farm Insurance Company. Your call is important to us and may be monitored for quality assurance. Farm Data. Can I help you?
Hi, is this Andy?
Yes.
Hi, Andy. Hey, I got your message. Yeah, there was a couple things I wanted to send you, but importantly, there's the fence issue. The police put that up. I mean, the sheriffs, I assume, or maybe Sammy did. But that was to keep people out of the backyard.
Yes, like customer manager, we don't have the issues with you at all. You're not really, we're just trying to get the facts and whatever matters. I mean, I'm not doing an investigation, I'm just sort of like, get the feel for the claim. So, I mean, I can't really get involved with you and the police and the city and you know,
No. I don't expect you to get involved with anyone. That's not why I was telling you this in any way, shape, or form. I don't.
Okay, so what I thought.
This is outside your.
Do you have anything that you feel that we should look at?
Yeah.
Please fax it to us. And,
okay.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, sure, no problem. And listen, but I was saying about the issue with the fence. That's what either Sammy or because I requested that from the sheriff's department to place the fence.
We don't have a problem with the fence. I didn't have.
Oh no, yeah, I figured that you wanted to go in there. I figured you were going in or something, or didn't know, or whatever. I was just trying to give you some information.
No, and I'm just telling you that my boss didn't really see any concern with this claim, so he decided to tell me to just back up this claim and just move forward with what we need to do.
All right, but I wanted to give you some information regarding the grounds and what's happening over there.
What we'll do is we will send somebody out there and we'll take it for whatever value it is. That will determine. That's what we're going to do.
Okay, great. Well, see, that's why I can be of immense help to you, because I can show you a couple things, and you can just look at it and go from A to B to C to D to E, F.
And like I said, if you have some things, just please fax it to us, and we'll appreciate that. But otherwise, we're okay with this claim at this time.
Okay.
We don't have a problem.
Oh, you don't have a problem with it?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay, because you've already been there and inspected it.
Yeah.
And you had before pictures from in the late September, right?
Yeah, we have it in July, and then I took some photos. That was out on Tuesday.
Oh, you were just out there?
Yeah, I was out there on Tuesday.
Oh, okay, cool.
As a matter of fact, I actually lost my wallet somewhere while I was inspecting the property. I actually had more than enough chance to walk around the property to look for my wallet. Let's put it that way.
Oh. Listen, do me a huge favor. Do yourself a favor. Bring a dust mask. At least get something halfway decent and OSH, and wear some earplugs. This is really important, and not a joke. There's the black fungus on the property right there. There's penicillium in the house, and aspergillus, and what's the other one? Stachybotrys. But in the backyard, that's aspergillus niger. And it is literally, it's never been there before like that. It's taken over everything. It's eating everything, destroying it. All the leaves, you look up and the trees are occluded with it, just completely taken them apart. And that was from the lawn. Underneath in the ground is a layer of sewage that's about 1.5 feet deep, and it goes from wall to wall, edge to edge, side to side. The house is built on it in the back. That's sinking through. There's no foundation on it. But that stuff is released, and it's open, and it's voracious, and it's taken over everything. And it's extremely dangerous. It produces aflatoxins, which is a nerve agent, and if you breathe it, there's also cysts in the backyard that you can breathe, and then they become active. And then they grow in your lungs, in your sinuses, and in other places. And I can give you the list of symptoms, but it takes usually about 10 days for it to go. And you look for the brown urine. Just exposure will create brown urine. It's dangerous. I have professional lab reports, everything. It's incredibly dangerous.
Okay, well, I'll figure all that.
Yeah, but when you go, are you planning to go out there today?
I'm not going out there anymore.
But you lost your wallet. Wow, you got good karma. See, that's excellent. That's a blessing. That's cool. Yeah, I've been blessed a whole bunch of times. I've never seen anything like this place in my entire life, and I've seen a lot of stuff. Like I said, I remediated a lot of places. Professionally, I got a website to get several of them. But oh my God, I can teach people. But what's buried in that ground and coming up is so dangerous, and which now it's on the surface of everything that it's incredible. If you're not too far away, why don't you try this? If you have a nice, very powerful flashlight, go there when it's dark, and just go walk up to the fence. If you get in, you can. The worst part is down by the carports in the back there, because that's where there's fungus stuff, and it's strange. It's combined with there's E. coli. Are you familiar with MRSA? Okay, MRSA. There's E. coli, MRSA, Staphylococcus, and coccus, and about a half a dozen unidentified non-spore producing colonies, cysts in other words, back there, and they're rapidly taking over everything. And the fine dust is not dust on the ground or anything. It's so light that it'll stay suspended in the air. And one handful will cover the whole yard, but it stays suspended in the air. That's the stuff you got to watch out for, and that's the stuff that gets in and it's spreading across the neighborhood. And if you go back and look, it'll be taking over the house next door because that's open wood. And look carefully at the wood that's exposed from the outside. There's not one bit of mold on it, not one bit. And that's because I injected the wood with propriety minerals. I've got a whole system where I can actually make rotten wood brand new without sanding it. All the remediators are blown away. They couldn't believe it. But there it sits. And that was, the last time I touched that wood was back in probably the very beginning of July. I was washing the place and bringing it up. These guys were supposed to help me because I found subterranean water. There's 2 tanks. Actually, there's 4 tanks underneath the slab. The main tank, the one that I found from August that pumped out all over the floors, that's directly into the bathtub. Then there was another tank, a sub-tank, and that was the one that released this water suddenly. And there's another tank that's next. There's a steel plate that runs halfway into the bathroom from side to back, and then under where the toilet containment area is, that's hooked up, it seems. Perhaps, I mean, several people said it was, and others couldn't tell because you could hear the water rushing through the pipe in the center of the yard. There's an open sewer pipe that was buried halfway in the ground that had been cut off years ago. It was like an anti-siphon remedy, probably used by a California P-trap. Yeah, it's a P-trap. But it was cut in half, and both sides. One side was filled up with like concrete, and then the other side was allowed to vent into the soil of the yard. All those rocks, the pile of rocks that you found in the middle of the yard. Still with me, Andy? All right. The pile of rocks that you saw in the center yard, right behind the 2194 house, right behind the patio, there's a pile of them goes straight up. You remember that, right? Okay. Well, those came out of the French drain. French drain is that pit that runs from just under the power service all the way back to the back house. The power service, and then underneath the house of the small house of that 2192, which is the actual proper address and the legal address of the place. Now, that was running in that pit for a long time, and it was like allowed to reach out to both sides, and the other one wasn't hooked up. There's a layer of clay that extends across the whole property, just underneath the sewage layer. And that layer of clay is about 2 inches thick. It wasn't noticed, and even the EPA guy came out, but he didn't notice it because of the remediation techniques that we did so good. They used a lot of oxygen, liquid oxygen, and other things. And it did such a fantastic job that those trees with the berries on it that look like grapes, they were never that big before. But everything out there has amazing growth on it, but now it's all getting destroyed by the medicine and the aspergillus, both mycotoxins. But anyway, you got to make some crossings and go back out there. I'll tell you what to look at in the phase steps 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Would you like? Yeah. I don't want what happened. I've had a migraine headache so bad since before I moved out over there, and it comes and goes. I can't eat sugar of any kind. No bread, no sugar, nothing. If I do, it'll put me on the ground in screaming pain. If you take, because there's two different things. There's bacteria back there. There's E. coli, and there's MRSA, staph. So when you get hit with that, the standard treatment is to get the antibiotics from the doctor. What happens is that you're also affected by the aflatoxin producing fungus, which is the aspergillus. That is opposite. It's the exact opposite. That reacts with the antibiotics and it creates an anaphylactic shock in the food lab. So doctors don't know how to deal with this stuff. And it's spreading all over the place. It is. And all I try to do is to stop this thing from spreading, stop it from getting out, and stop it from hurting other people because I'm severely hurt. And I just, I don't want anyone to hurt. There's kids in my neighborhood, there's the bus, and the guys drive by, and all that. And it's spreading. You can see it at night. You can literally see it. You shine a strong flashlight, and you can see it coming out of the sky, out of the yard into the sky, floating around. And it's a simple matter. It's a very simple matter of sanitizing that place. But it's not a standard thing. It's not going out there with bleach like they know the market. It's a little bit different, but it's very effective. It won't hurt the neighbors. It won't hurt the plants. It won't hurt anything except for that stuff. So, and all that stuff is contaminated out there. I was told by the city when I tried to throw it away, this was way back in July, that it was contaminated with what it was, the sewage. Okay? And I was told by them, the municipal services, that if I dump that stuff and put it on the street, I can go to jail because of the contamination level. And I can show you that, and show you the stop orders and what have you. I just want to see the place that was fogged out, clean, washed, and everything. I know a lot of people all over there. And in Pasadena. For over 20 years. So, I just don't want this getting out there. The tax guys for most of the guys, all this and stuff. And you can find it all over the internet. John Hopkins, Center of Disease and Health, the CDC, all over. I've done my research. I don't know how to fix it. Only passages about the best here. So there that is. Okay, if you shoot me an email, I can give you some multimedia. Okay. Yeah.
please record your message. When you are finished recording, hang up or press pound or your message may be monitored by my teammates to ensure prompt customer service. At the tone, please leave a detailed message including your name, callback number, and claim number. Your call requires immediate assistance during the hours of 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Please press 0. Thank you for calling. At the tone, please record your message. When you are finished recording, hang up or press pound for more options.
Hi, Andy. Hey, it's Brian again. Just one quick thought. You told me that you guys aren't after me and what have you, but you have no problem with satisfying the claim and all, and which is okay. Whatever. I really don't have a stake in that either way. But if that claim, if you satisfy the claim and say that all that stuff, you call it damage, instead of it being a middle of a repair, and you give them their money, wouldn't that mean that I would be responsible for cleaning the mess up and attempting to hook up the sewer, etc., etc., etc.? Wouldn't that make me like a responsible party in the eyes of the court? Because according to Sammy, what they're going to do is they're going to he's going to sue me for everything and go after me with a voracious appetite. And he's already said this. He's already said all kinds of stuff that he would do. He'd use police and he'd make false reports and he'd do this, that, and the other thing. So, it's like that. So anyway, I was just wondering about that. If you guys are just going to consider that a tenant, destroyed by a tenant case and leave it at that, I think that would leave me wide open, and it's certainly not the case at all. Anyway, there it is. Thanks.
Hello, Brian. Tell me, the insurance company needs to get assess the property. And I told you about that. How many I told you the border. Okay? This is the 23rd when, July, when Sammy and, the rest of the crew over there, Muhammad and everybody, they came and they had the police break into the property and leave everything open. Yeah, Miss Muhammad. I told you I need the key if people gonna come see the house. I want the key to go inside the house. So give me a call right away. This is the tape. Oh God. This is the calls that I got while the police were there. Right. I need doctor number. I need to contact her as soon as possible because everything's gonna go on her name. See, when I lease the property, I lease it for her first. I did the credit check on her, my record show here. I showed she had a lot of credit. That's all. Sure, and him. So everything's gonna go under her name. You know what I'm saying? And when trying to get her at her job. Casa Grande Street, Pasadena. Address of business. But, the authority cannot find her over there. So I need to speak with her because they're looking for her. Alright? So call me as soon as possible. I want you to take care of this matter. Alright? Bye. This is the 23rd. That's exactly what and after stopping here to hear from you, I know you moved your car. Okay, Sammy. Yes, good morning. Yes, good morning. The problem you never pick up. Okay, Sammy. We tracked your wife's address down on her studios. The Martian's looking to serve her the paper. I could stop all that right now. Hey, you turn the keys voluntarily and get out with your cars and everything out. Otherwise, it's going to go on our record for 9 years, including your name, and it's going to be messy for you guys, not for me, for you. Other than the civil lawsuits we're going to take on you. So you can call me if you like. If you don't call me, I don't hear from you today. I'm going to go ahead and pay the fee for her to be served. Phyllis Morris, she's the lease holder. Everything under her name technically. You add it in. That's all of it is. Okay? I know you moved your car inside. And I'm still waiting on things from the city. And I could stop all the process. You turn the keys and move everything out, belong to you. Okay? I'll wait from you answer today. I don't hear answers. Don't call me no more. Don't bother. July 29th. 1:30. All this that she left me does not give me the answer. I'm evicting Phyllis to be proper, about unpaid rent for the month of July. For 3 days notice for unpaid rent. You understand? So act legally so you will know what it is. I will get you on unpaid rent to evict you. I'm trying to see if you want to turn the keys, and I know you did with the property, and you want to do it voluntarily. That's what my question. Call me or email me. Give me time. I go over there with the authorities present. Turn the keys to me, and you see your stuff is out, including your car. That's all I want. If you don't want to do that, keep it through the court. Eviction. That's what I'm saying. I could stop the process. Paper's ready to go. It's filed.
Like a VOC type thing that was identified by a couple people, but no one could whip out their scopes. I mean, the fire department even came out and they said they couldn't bring their scope out. And so all these people, they went out and checked it, and most people who went back there got some kind of an effect, dizzy, high, whatever you want to call it. They were affected. Now, we notice this stuff goes on the skin, and it stops you from breathing until you wash your skin off. We're wearing masks because it had just gotten so strong and progressively stronger when I cut through it. So I'm just wondering. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, well, the scope of work of everything that we tested basically, shows that you definitely have a combination of bacteria and mold going on.
Uh-huh.
And addition to whatever else you have, those two things are serious and very critical, and will definitely affect your health. And so, I know the key that we don't do exterior grading, trenching, and work with sewer leaks and all that. You'd have to get a company who does the drainage and all that. And I guess that's an owner's responsibility, I would imagine.
Yeah, but I could also do that myself.
The things that we estimated and sent to you were dealing with the inside of the house,
which was more than reasonable.
You've got problems with both areas, and so I'm just trying to find out from you too. It sounds like you need to really get the owner involved.
Hello, Phyllis. This is Muhammad again. Left the messages for you. I just came from Pasadena. When I was there, the policeman came. Your driver license picture and everything. And I asked him if I can help him. They said, the policeman told me this way. He said that you call your landlord. Your landlord haven't heard from you for a couple of weeks, and they are worried. And I'm worried too as well. Please, if you get the message, call me or call your landlord or perhaps your boyfriend does. So let me hear from you, Fearless, okay? You take care wherever you are. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hello, Phyllis. This is Muhammad again. I don't know if you got my message or not. Your landlord is looking for you. Please call your landlord and give me a call. Let me hear from you. Thank you. Bye.
July 23rd, 2010. Mohammed, Felice's landlord at her business.
Hey Joe. Yeah, keep your groundwater. Keep your groundwater. The gas company's going to keep the groundwater and stuff, and we're not. They shut off on the power and all. So there's a lot of gas coming out of that. Yeah. So I'm going to need to take down. I could probably leave them up, but if I take them down, they're just going to come right into your window. Yeah. The health department's here, and they're not worried about the sewage in the back. They don't care.
This morning when I got up after 9 o'clock. There's about 7 different policemen out there with your picture and her picture.
They said that I killed her and buried her, and then they went up to her business, and they showed all the neighbors and everything. And we saw the guy Wednesday. We saw him over there.
Yeah, but the landlord was here too.
Who, Muhammad?
This morning, the man, not the woman, the man.
Who, Muhammad or
yeah,
Hussein?
when they opened that door.
Muhammad or Hussein?
I don't know him by name.
Oh.
I didn't know him when I see him.
Yeah, well, they said that I killed her and buried her in the backyard. And then they came in and broke into the house and broke into the truck. Opened that to look for a body. But anyway, if I pull that thing down there, it's going to come into your, it's going to come right in.
And I called the health department.
They don't care. They were just out. They were just here.
Yeah.
They were here, and they're not going to worry about all the sewage. The whole grounds are full of sewage. Joe, my whole backyard is this thick, full of sewage, and the gas is coming. So if I tear that down, you're going to smell it. I I don't want to hurt you guys. That's why I've been putting this stuff in.
You can take it down.
So people got sick here, huh?
Yeah. No, I don't know about nobody got sick here.
Well, they just came and went real fast, huh?
No, when I come out this morning to go to the store and get my wife's check cash, there were about 3 loads of police, a fire truck, yeah, and the owner was here.
Fire truck too, huh?
Fire truck, this big old fire truck with a light. Instead of flashing.
So what owner? The one with
The land owner, what you be talking to the other day.
that was Muhammad.
You was talking to him the other day out here.
That was Muhammad.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's seen this a month ago. He's seen this 2 weeks ago. He's seen it 3 weeks ago.
The way the police said that nobody can get in contact with y'all. And I said to myself, I just seen him here yesterday. Now, how can you tell me you can't get in contact with me?
Did you tell him that?
Yeah, I just seen y'all here yesterday.
Did you tell them that?
Yeah, I told them.
The police?
Yeah, I said, no, that, well, I didn't know if they're going to work. I seen them yesterday right here.
With the owner?
No, the owner today. The owner came today, not yesterday.
Oh, yeah, okay, but I mean, but you said you saw him you saw us the other day talking to the owner.
I seen you and the owner talking by that tree right there.
Okay, you told that to the police?
No,
Oh, okay.
I didn't tell it to the police. They actually had I seen y'all. I said, yeah, I seen you yesterday evening. Right here. I didn't tell it to the owner, I told it to the police. When they asked me about had I seen you, I said, yeah, yesterday evening when they got off work.
Did you tell the police that you saw the owner too yet?
Like a VOC type thing that was identified by a couple people, but no one could whip out their scopes. I mean, the fire department even came out and they said they couldn't bring their scope out. And so all these people, they went out and checked it, and most people who went back there got some kind of an effect, dizzy, high, whatever you want to call it. They were affected. Now, we notice this stuff goes onto the skin, and it stops you from breathing until you wash your skin off. We're wearing masks because it had just gotten so strong and progressively stronger when I cut through it. So I'm just wondering. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, well, the scope of work of everything that we tested basically, shows that you definitely have a combination of bacteria and mold going on.
Uh-huh.
And it's just, in addition to whatever else you have, those two things are serious and very critical and will definitely affect your health. And so I know the key that, we don't do exterior grading, trenching, and work with sewer leaks and all that. You'd have to get a company who does the drainage and all that. And I guess that's an owner's responsibility, I would imagine.
Yeah, but I can also do that myself.